The Browns are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. Our very own Adam Schefter has more to say about this pick.
Like football, rugby's a sport that's played with guys of all shapes and sizes. In his case, he was one of the big guys pushing and pulling blocks in the center of the pitch. He was playing rugby for a university in Australia before he was recruited to transfer and play football for 2 seasons here in America. His first year was spent adjusting to the game, getting used to the different rules and how to play his position properly. The guy even had to adjust how he tackled now that he had to wear pads and a helmet. But his second year is really where we started to see what he could potentially do. He's a physical player at the line of scrimmage. The team was able to pick up a good addition to its line with a bit of an interesting history.
The Cardinals are now on the clock. All right, now that the pick's in, let's go to Adam. Adam, what can you tell us about this guy?
While you wouldn't normally be surprised to see a quarterback winning the Heisman, it's his electric style of play on the field that makes him a little more intriguing versus previous Heisman-winning quarterbacks. He was one of the most exciting players to watch in all of college football, making plays with his arm and his feet. He's an escape artist, turning would-be sacks into dazzling touchdown throws. He's going to need to learn to operate more in the pocket in the NFL, but I'm excited to see what this Heisman winner will do for his new team.
The Bears are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. Cardinals are swinging with Barnes.
He was always a player who cared about academics, and that couldn't have been made any more clear when he decided to forego his senior season in order to take on more classes. His goal was to graduate before entering the NFL draft, and at the sacrifice of his final year of football eligibility, he was able to pull it off. The decision left some experts scratching their heads, but guys like Matt Miller saw it as a smart move to stay injury-free and remove the distraction of getting his diploma once he went pro. At least with a degree, he has a backup job now in case this whole football thing doesn't work out for him.
I see both teams filling out cards. You know what that means? We've got a trade. Vikings just made their pick. Adam, what can you tell us about him?
Successes and failures seem to go hand in hand during a very inconsistent season for him. Leading into his pro day, scouts expressed a great deal of concern over his inability to string together consistent positive performances. Those who attended came away extremely impressed with his raw physical abilities and footwork, feeling that with time and proper coaching, he could develop into a formidable NFL lineman. This pick may not pay immediate dividends, but it's a solid investment in the future of the offensive line.
Well, wait, looks like both war rooms are feverishly back on the phones. I think that means a trade is coming. The Browns are now on the clock. Well, if you're wondering what the delay is, I think we've got a trade coming here. Jaguars decide to go with Anthony. Adam, will this marriage work?
After a season where two tailbacks emerged as top prospects, they were finally able to settle their competition at the Combine. They had a personal goal to beat one another in every event, and boy, did this kid show up big. Whether it was on the bench or in drills, he looked above and beyond like the better back. He outlifted and outran his competition, and scouts noticed. It's no wonder he just got drafted. I'm excited to see this kid play.
The Bears are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
Seahawks pick is in. Adam, give us the latest information on this guy.
Many draft experts speculated that the rigors of his college career were catching up with him and that his struggles were a result of playing through several nagging injuries and not an issue of talent drop-off. After some time off, he impressed with his raw numbers at the Combine, giving more than one GM confidence that his series of struggles was nothing to worry about. He'll likely be given the opportunity to challenge for the starting spot, making him someone to keep a close eye on throughout training camp and the preseason.
The 49ers are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley.
Still scoreless here in the first, but a third down situation forthcoming. Let's get into the action. Third and long for Cousins. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And look out, I think he's going to go. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Well, it was third down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Tough spot here for the defense. Let's see if they can step up. We drop in on a first down in the red zone. From the red zone now, Cousins. He hits Beasley right side. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 yards for number 11. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when and told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions.
And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Cole Beasley, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints are within an extra point of time. So in the early going, this will be the first drive of the game for this offense. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 72 yards.
And what we just saw there was exactly what they need against this defense. Big plays. They were able to pick up a first down on that one.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 18 carries, 76 yards.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working, and they expect more of the same.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Ezekiel Elliott, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are able to cash in. A pretty big early test for the defense coming up. What can they dial up here to try and thwart this third down situation? Cousins from the gun on third. And Beasley with it over the middle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They get only 4 that time. A first update now from Cincinnati. And the Bengals out to the early advantage. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. To throw on second down is gone. And this is Ertz with it, right side. The Browns' passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now Goff on third and goal. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up fourth down.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Time to jump into the action, and we have a red zone alert as this defense looks to stop a 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Devin Funchess, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. The second quarter score from Cincinnati. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. Derek Carr, a single touchdown pass to this point in that one. On third down, Cousins. That is caught at the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And they'll give Miller another crack. Flashed a nifty move, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to New Orleans after this. A reminder with halftime approaching, when we get there, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first half highlights and analysis.
And I hope he's iced down his throat because he's got a lot to get through because we've had no shortage of points scored in the first half.
It has been a fun track meet. Third and goal for Cousins. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. DeAndre Hopkins, his 6th touchdown of the season. Just inside of 2 minutes for this offense. Second quarter. They've got the football, but on their own side of the field. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Goff now looks to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let this go deep. Back over the middle. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Goff. Quick hitter here. It's complete. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Back to throw. Goff. The swing pass caught. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards on the play. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a play fake, and it's gone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Adam Thielen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. We drop you into the action here, neck and neck, tie game, 3rd quarter, 3rd down. Can this defense get the stop? 3rd and 2, Goff, eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by David Amerson. Scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Devontae Adams, 95 yards receiving in that one. To throw, Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. This defense in need of a big stop in a tight game in the 4th quarter. Let's see if they can get that stop they need. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And that was incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing.
The key coming up here, preserve the lead for this defense. Fourth quarter, close game. Third down, here we go. Throwing on third, Goff. And he connects with Ertz. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game. First down carry by Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They'll run it with Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that is going to set up third and goal.
Now, that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Here's Goff, and it's caught. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
Well, you know me pretty well now. You know what I want to do after that completed pass. 4th down by 3. What do I want to do here?
You want to go for it. You might be tempted. I think they need to kick it.
Yeah, someone might have to overrule me. Get the kicker out there, tie this game up.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is... This defense looking to preserve the tie and try to keep this offense out of field goal range here late. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Now let's go. 3-19.
He'll drop to throw. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw. Left side here, caught by Clay. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They'll look to throw here. And this will complete right side to Funchess. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. I'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Now back to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A first down carry now for Miller. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Green 39.
They'll run it again with Miller. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Lamar Miller with touchdown. This defense just one timeout left. This one all but over as we take you down for the final moments. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up.
On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Tom Brady, a couple of touchdown passes, and he's up over 3.